you this morning, Mayor?
Well, doing well. How about you, Joe?
I'm doing well. We have the AC cranking, so all is well here in the studio.
Indeed.
You
The
really,
Muggies.
it's one of those soupy summers, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
But fortunately, the weather actually held off for a weekend event on Saturday for the Free Jacks rally.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. It was quite a season for the Free Jacks. Pretty remarkable when you look at their success. And I think it's pretty awesome. We have them here in Quincy and what it means, not only for a kind of a lot of fun, excitement, and energy, but, it matters to commerce. I mean, hotel rooms get filled, restaurants enjoy the patronage of fans coming and going. So it's a great thing for the city. And the rally was fun. It really was. A number of the guys had already left and gone to their respective homes in their countries, but good crew was still here, and it was several hundred there at the stadium on Saturday. It was really a lot of fun.
Yeah, it caught the attention of some of the Boston stations, so it's a good notoriety for the city, I'm sure. No duck boat, but we did have some trolleys.
Yeah, we tried, but that wasn't able to happen.
Well, it's their peak season this time of year, so I'm sure they're pretty booked up.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some kind of a licensing arrangement. They can't leave the boundaries of Boston.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, we wouldn't want to infringe on that, certainly.
No.
It is the dead of summer, and that means lots of work going on in the schools, I'm sure.
Indeed, yes. So the Public Buildings Department responds to work orders all year long, but there are jobs you just can't do while kids are in the school, and some of them require some of the buildings adjustments in class size. So, for example, they might be building out a new computer room or a new classroom or some other major construction that could interfere with class time. So that's the kind of work they do during the summer. The Public Buildings Department is pretty much solely in the school buildings during the summer months, preparing for another school season coming in September. And it's good stuff. And we're in a good place with school, not only construction with new schools, but the maintenance and upgrades in the various old buildings that we do have. Some really handsome old buildings, by the way. But we got some great craftsmen, the carpenters and plumbers, electricians, and plasterers and painters that do remarkable work. Really save a lot of money because the cost of these types of projects on the outside would be pretty hefty. So it all works out. And of course, the public works side this time of the year, as we know, a lot of road construction going on, a lot of water main replacement happening, a lot of sewer relining happening. It's that time of year for Al Grazioso and his crew.
Yeah, were there any issues in the city with all the rainfall on Sunday that you were aware of?
I was not made aware of anybody getting. I know we certainly had some street flooding.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of anybody getting really flooded out in their homes, which is a good thing.
Yes, yeah.
The ground is saturated. We've had one of the rainiest Julys on record since they started record keeping. So everything is green, that's for sure. The grass is growing. Usually everything is burnt out this time of year.
This time last year we were in a severe drought. Yeah, it was everything was crunchy and brown for sure.
Yeah, when it broke last year, we had heavy rains. It was the day of the Mayor's Cup golf tournament up at Granite Lakes.
Which you won't forget, I'm sure, right?
No. That was I won't say fun. It was interesting.
Is that coming up this year?
It is coming up in August, August 21st, I think.
Okay.
And it's obviously a great tournament in the sense that it brings people together, has some fun, but we raise a lot of money for charity, and that's the main thing.
Sure. Is still registrations available, I'm assuming?
I don't know that there are. I mean,
okay.
It goes so quickly.
Yeah.
Usually folks from the previous year return. You'll lose your spot if you hesitate.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
It is well attended usually.
Sure. Very good. Mayor, can we talk a little bit about the Squantum Elementary School and where that stands right now for a new building?
Sure. As you know, Joe, we go through the Commonwealth of Massachusetts School Building Authority, the SBA,
Mm-hmm.
and we were welcomed in, which means we're going to be receiving some heavy reimbursement for that school. We don't get the assigned number until we're closer to construction, but I think we should be in the 60 to 65% range of state funding reimbursement for the building. So they kind of dictate the process, the milestones, and that you have to go through. So we have an approved OPM, and a few weeks back they approved the architects. So now the real design begins in earnest. And as we know, those folks that are familiar with Squantum School on Hawkins Avenue, it's got some land around it. So it doesn't appear we have to take any properties by eminent domain. Of course, to make the project perfect, it could be a couple of houses taken that would add certainly to the campus feel of the school, and perhaps help the traffic flow a little bit better. But it's premature to even mention that until we get more of a design. As folks know, that the Squantum School as it is now is very linear. It's one level, and it stretches out quite a bit along Huckins. And with the new building, in order to be more efficient and certainly protect some of the land out there, we'd probably go 2 stories. If or shorten it up, the length it takes over the land, which makes a lot of sense. We do want a building that will blend in a little bit more. It's really surrounded by single-family homes, so a residential feel to it, not a big masonry type monstrosity, but something that would reflect the neighborhood. So we got some work to do, but we're making progress. So I'd say we're a couple of years out from getting a shovel in the ground.
Oh, okay. And is the plan now to use the current school until the new one is completed?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably similar to what we did at Southwest.
Yep.
The old Sterling, which was we built right up against it, moved the kids in, and then removed the old portion.
Yeah, that really seemed to work out well and proceed pretty smoothly too.
Yeah, I don't really have any other way to do it. Honestly, it's not like we can move these kids to another school. We don't have the space. So,
right.
That's the kind of project we're looking at. Probably right up against it in the rear, and then, because there's still a lot of work to be done design-wise, even conceptually. And once we have some better concepts in hand, we'll then have community meetings with the families of Squantum. That's certainly those, and beyond Squantum, because there's people in North Quincy that attend that school as well that's in the district. So.
Yep. Any update on the Rick DeCristofaro Early Education Center?
I know it's going along very well. We expect that to be completed sometime late fall. And of course you get the punch list items to go through. So it's probably after the first of the year. What we'll do is the school committee will then, upon the recommendation of the superintendent and his team, make decisions on, okay, when do we actually start? We'll probably take some time with open houses to show the families that currently go out of district and get them signed up. We'll probably begin moving some of the folks from Delachiesa over and then have a fairly robust summer program next summer. And then next September, a year from this September, then, will be a complete opening. And my guess is we'll have a full building before we know it.
Well, okay. Anything that parents should need to know right now in terms of preparing for that?
Well, they certainly can check in with the school department.
Okay.
I mean, Deputy Superintendent Erin Perkins and her team are really spending some time on the details of this. I will say this, for those folks that may not be paying attention, it will be a state-of-the-art school for that population. We're investing some serious dollars into this, and there's a lot of code and requirements that go with a building a school such as this. So it's expensive, but it will be worth it to keep our kids here. And still long-term, we're going to save money for the taxpayers. So it's a win-win for the city, in my view.
Okay. 2 other big projects, of course, the new public safety complex and Quincy Animal Shelter. Anything you can tell us about those?
I can't tell you much about the animal shelter at the moment. I know they're very happy in the interim headquarters because it's 100 times better than the building they were in.
Yes.
For certain. So that takes a little of the pressure off, Joe, to make sure we get it right. I know that we had some issues with asbestos in the soil up there, and that was being dealt with. That kind of slowed things down a bit, but that's being handled. Of course, the public safety building is, they've begun the foundation work. Father Bills will be moving across the street any day now, as I understand it. And once that happens, that old building will be taken down rather quickly and efficiently. And then, of course, that allows us the whole site then to be used. So, construction, the foundation. I think once we're a few months out. Once you start seeing steel go up, I think that will be the best visual for the site. But long time coming, long time needed, and we're well underway.
Good. Appreciate your time, Mayor. As always, great to talk to you.
Same here. Stay cool and dry.
Yes, we'll do our best. You too.
Thanks, Joe.
Yep, bye-bye.